Hi everyone, today we're going to learn quadratics, solving quadratic equations. So solving quadratic equations using the null factor law, NFL. The maximum number of solutions for a polynomial is defined by its highest power. For quadratic, we know the highest power is 2. So therefore, for quadratic, the maximum number of solutions will be 2. So therefore, for quadratics, you can have either 0 solutions, which is no solutions, or you can have 1 solution or 2 solutions. The maximum number is 2. Okay, let's start with the first equations. X squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. I should put an equal sign here, equal to 0. X squared minus 4x plus 3 is called expression. So I want to solve equations, so I should let it be equal to 0. So firstly, we factorize, which is already done for you here. Let's check whether is this right. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3, so it's negative 3x. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x, so negative 3x plus negative 1x, which give you negative 4x. That's correct. The constant term times the constant term should produce constant term. Negative 1 times negative 3 should give you plus 3. So that's correct. So now we're going to use what we call the null factor law. The null factor law says that if I have two terms, let's say a times b equal to 0, that shows that one of this term has to be 0. That means one of this number, if let's say a represent a number, b represent a number, one of the number has to be 0. 0 times anything will give you 0. So that shows that either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. So in our case here, we have x minus 1 times x minus 3 equal to 0. That shows that x minus 1 equal to 0 or x minus 3 equal to 0. And we solve for x, which gives you x equal to 1 or x equal to 3. So therefore, x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0 has two distinct solutions, two different solutions. Let's see how does it looks like in terms of that graph. So if I do graph y equal to x squared minus 4x plus 3 using my Casio class pad, what I've got here is I have a graph that's cut the x-axis at 2 points. The 2 points are x equal to 1 and x equal to 3. You can actually pause the video and try sketching on your CAS. Okay, let's look at the next question. 10x squared minus 40x minus 210 equal to 0. Look at the big number. The first thing you need to do is, can I reduce that number? Can I make the number smaller? Is there any common factor? So the common factor here is 10. So I'm going to divide both sides by 10, or I can remove the common factor out. So if I multiply both sides by 10, sorry, multiply, not multiply, divide both sides by 10. Okay, so I'm going to have x squared minus 4x minus 21 equal to 0. Both sides of the equation by 10. And next will be factorize, which give you x minus 7, x plus 3 equal to 0. Double check whether this is correct. X times x is x squared. Beautiful. Negative 7 times 3 should give you negative 21. That's correct. The middle term, check the 2 small, negative 7x plus 3x, that give you negative 4x. So that's correct. So now null factor law say that either x minus 7 equal to 0 or x plus 3 equal to 0, which give you x equal to 7 or x equal to negative 3. How do I know my answer is correct? Yes, some of you say substitute x equal to 7 back into the equations. And make sure that when you sub x equal to 7 back into the equations, you're going to get 0. So what I'm saying here is that I'm going to have 10, 7 squared minus 40 times 7 minus 210 and that would give you 490. 49 times 10, 280 minus 210. Yes, it is equal to 0. That means x equal to 7 is one of the solutions. And now you can sub x equal to minus 3 back into equations. Check whether that give you 0 as well. All right. All right, next questions. I'm going to solve for x squared plus 25 equal to 20x. Firstly, we need to rearrange these equations to make it standard form of the quadratic equations. So I'm going to have 4x squared minus 20x plus 25 equal to 0. Let's try to factorize. Is there any common factor? There's nothing in common, so there's no common factor. Your next question is it a perfect square? So let's try to factorize this. 4x squared, I can actually write 2x and 2x. And then as cross multiply, it's a negative, that's plus, and it tells me that it should be negative number times negative number. Negative 5 and negative 5 will give you 25. Negative 5 times 2x, that's negative 10x. Negative 5 times 2x, negative 10x. Add up together, it gives me negative 20x, which is that middle term. So actually 4x squared minus 20x plus 25 can be factorized into 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 5, which is a perfect square, right? And so solving for x, I got x equal to 5 over 2. This is called a repeated factor, and so therefore I give you a repeated roots. So therefore I say that 4x squared plus 25 equal to 20x has one solution. And if I have to graph that equation, or rather graph y equal to 4x squared minus 20x plus 25 on my CAS, I can see here I have a turning point on the x-axis. It actually touches the x-axis at 5 over 2. Okay, so we say that it has one solution and the turning point sits on the x-axis. Okay, let's look at the next question. 6x squared equal to 54. Now I can solve this easily. I can see that I can divide both sides by 6, which is going to give me x squared equal to 54 divided by 6 is 9, and x equal to, because of the square, I got to put plus minus, the square root of 9 is 3. So simply we got x equal to plus minus 3. Alternatively, I can rearrange this equation to make it a standard form of quadratic. So 6x squared minus 54 equal to 0. And you take out the common factor 6. So we have x squared minus 9. And you can see here we can factorize this. This is just a difference of 2 squared, x squared minus 3 squared. So x squared minus 9 equal to 0. I can factorize that into x minus 3, x plus 3, and solving for x, now factor law, x plus 3 equal to 0, or x minus 3 equal to 0, which gives you x equal to 3, or x equal to minus 3. And so therefore we have two distinct solutions, and the graph cuts at 2 points, 2 distinct points. They are minus 3 and 3, or negative 3 and 3. There's no such thing minus 3, it's negative 3. Okay, can you think of a quicker way? I already done it for you. The first approach that I did was a quicker way. Okay. All right, the next one is solving x squared equal to 3x. So bring it to one side. We have x squared minus 3x equal to 0. Any common factor? Yes, x is a common factor. So you can factorize into x and x minus 3. Using now factor law, equate x equal to 0 or x minus 3 equal to 0, which give you x equal to 0 or x equal to 3. Now, one of the common mistakes that students make is they take this and say, well, I can see x on both sides. I'm going to divide both sides by x, or rather I can cancel the x out, and they end up just getting one answer, which is x equal to 3. And this is a common mistake. Never just cancel out the x, because you're going to miss one solution. You're going to miss one answer, and the answer that you miss is x equal to 0. So it has two distinct solutions, not one. So the solution are x equal to 0 or x equal to 3. Okay, as I mentioned before, one common mistake is to divide both sides by x. I think that's all for now. Thank you.